Tonight on Real Spill, we have done what many consider impossible. We have taken someone who's usually behind the camera and got him to be in front of it this time. Okay, so if the camera angles are a bit off, I mean, something's gotta give, so you'll need to forgive us, okay? On today's episode, we have a creative all-rounder, videographer, cinematographer, filmmaker, and now DJ. Pukweno Gang is in the building. Tamo junto.
Clock it.
How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah.
So you have this catchphrase that you always say in your videos. Say it please for our people. I want to hear it.
Tamo junto.
Come on.
It's crazy how a lot of people don't know what it means.
What does it
Do you know what
actually
it
mean?
means?
School as? I'm told it's along the lines of like, are we together?
Yeah, we are together.
We are
Yeah,
together.
on Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on Sam, he of Real Spill. I am Esther Kamati and Pukweno Gang
Let's
is
go.
in the building, as I said earlier on. So now we have known you as more of a cinematographer, all things videography, editing, you name it. You are also a filmmaker.
Yeah.
But recently we've been seeing you more and more on stage behind the decks.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
So there's a lot of things that people don't know about me. Eh? I've been DJing was my first ever love before like film. You know, I was making music as well. I still kind of do, you know. So this time around, I just thought, hey man, let me push DJing a little bit more, man, because I can't just neglect what like started this whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm pushing DJing now.
So if DJing is where it all started, what made you sort of put it in the background for you to focus on other things? What led that transition?
You know, in Namibia, you have to be everything, you
Yeah.
know. It's tough, you know, so I realized that DJing is not really giving me coins a little bit, you know. So I thought, let me get into video stuff, you know. I fell in love with film, and then I went to film school, got back. Film just took everything, a lot of my time, you know.
Yeah.
But then while doing film, I also started like producing, making music for like a few scenes. I was scoring for like my films and stuff.
Oh.
So I thought, if I'm scoring, I'm actually getting back to music and DJing. So I thought, hey man, instead of DJing on Da Vinci, let me DJ like on the decks
In real
again,
life,
you know.
yeah.
So I came back and I'm doing my thing again.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's sort of like a full circle moment, because you started with DJing and then you're like, okay, you know what, DJing, let me put you in the background for now and focus on video editing. And then the same video editing actually brought you back to DJing.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. All right, so when you know, I've listened to a few of your sets and you have this selected taste in music that you usually go for. What inspires that, and what sort of mood do you like to, you know, produce when you're putting together your sets?
So there's a genre I like to play that a lot of people in our country
Especially
don't
in this
love
country,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's called Kom. It's from Durban, SA. When I started producing, I was pushing rapping as well, you know. But then I was like, I can't rap, man, you know. Let me rather produce music. So then I started with hip hop. Then hip hop wasn't giving. I was like, let me try dance music. So I really thought properly to say, yo, man, what type of genre can I go? And then I came to my decision and said, I'll do Kom.
Strictly.
Yeah, and Kom actually saved my life, man, you know. When I moved to Cape Town to study film, during COVID, Kom was pushing me a lot, you know, because there's deep Kom, there's R&B Kom, there's a lot of things that go in around with Kom, yo. So I sat down and said, man, if this one saved my life during COVID, let me keep pushing it, you know. As much as piano is dominating, I don't think I'll ever go to that genre, you know. So Kom is where it's at.
Is there a reason we're not touching Amapiano?
It's too slow for me. Like, it's like the BPM is 115, 114. Kom is like 120, 124, and it runs a lot, you know. So I like all of that energy.
But the genre has actually been, I don't want to say, sort of dying down a bit, particularly in Namibia, but that's the genre that you decided to bring back. Why?
Because like the thing is, there's one thing I realized, if you're on a lot of posters and you just play Amapiano, when people see you around, they won't even greet you anymore because they're going to be like, I always see this guy, man, every weekend. You know, with Kom, I'm not performing every weekend. I'll perform like twice a month. You
Also,
know,
it's a
and then
strategy.
so then when people see you on stage, they're gonna be like, hey man, I haven't heard this guy play in a while. Let me see what he's been cooking, you know? So I would rather just be there and not be booked every weekend because the sound is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so, I mean, obviously that's where you're focusing a lot of your energy right now.
Yeah.
Where do you foresee yourself? You know, where are you trying to go? What are some of the milestones that you want to achieve in your DJing career?
Now that, okay, let me put it this way. Now that film is more of my thing now, I won't say I would want to become like an international DJ just yet. I want to first try and win a Grammy, you know?
Come on,
Yeah.
okay.
Then when I win a Grammy, people are going to now have more like eyes on me, and then they're going to realize and say, oh, this guy is actually also a DJ, you know? Now that a lot of people internationally know me, they're going to be like, let's see what this guy is all about,
Yeah.
you know? So then, yeah, basically that.
All right. So a lot of us came to know you during the production and filming of Ompata. It has become one of Namibia's most loved films so far. And you spoke a lot about the challenges that you've encountered putting this project together. But before we get into that, what was the concept behind Ompata?
Yeah, that one was crazy. When I got back from film school during COVID, you know, our parents didn't want us to be that side still, you know. So I was still having classes, and then we were told to shoot a few scenes and just to see if I still have my angles, if I still know what rules of third is. And then I got a few friends of mine, we started shooting something, which became Ompata. It was just basically a school assignment, let me put it that way. And then when I put it together, this thing looked nice. You know, we shot it with an iPhone, and then came together and said, let's continue, man. Let's try and see if we can do more episodes. And then on the second episode, everyone started loving it. That's where we said, let's not stop. Let's continue with this thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how big was your team? I mean, you just decided, I have these friends of mine, they're bored, I'm bored, let's do something. How many of you were there initially? And what was their reception when you told them about, you know, the idea?
They were a bit shaky because, like, you know, film in the country is not really doing anything by that time. And the guys were bored, it's COVID. I had the skills with shooting, editing. So when I approached them, they were like, let's do it, man. Like, because also before Mpata, we were shooting stuff, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
So then when we came with that, I don't know if they knew that it was going to be that big, but they just said, let's go ahead and make it work, man, because we're not doing anything. We can't just be in the streets, sleeping at home, watching TV. Let's actually watch ourselves on TV. Let's go make something and put it out. So they were
Beautiful.
actually excited and happy to do that.
That's beautiful. Instead of watching strangers on TV,
Exactly. Let's watch ourselves,
put each
man.
other on and watch
Yeah.
ourselves on TV.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant. Let's talk about the name Ompata. I mean, where does it come from? What does it mean?
So while we were shooting, and okay, we were done driving home, and then I asked them, so what are we calling this thing? I have to now put it in my assignment and say, okay, I'm calling this that, you know?
Yeah.
And then one of them just said Ompata. I was like, that sounds nice, but what does it mean? They mentioned that it means useless, someone that's not doing great, you know? So if you watch the series, there's always one Ompata in there. He's not like really following the rules. He's not going about doing his job, you know? So it basically means useless. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And I mean, from how you initially said you started this project, one can already tell that you sort of developed the concept as you went with it.
Exactly.
So there typically wasn't a script for this film. How did that play out?
The good thing, I always give reference to COVID, hey? The good thing about COVID is that you're not doing anything. So your ideas are always flowing. So every time you shoot an episode, you already know what you want to do for the next.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll come together on the day of shooting and decide, okay, what are we going to do now? For like at least 30 minutes, an hour, we're going to sit down and say, okay, cool, let's do that and that. We left off here, let's do A, B, and C and whatever, you know. So then that just worked for us until this day. Also with the 2 movies that we've recently premiered, not recently, but the movies we had in the cinema,
Yeah.
most of that wasn't really scripted. It's just ideas I put down on the table, and then the script writers just come about, okay, cool, let's do this and that. And then we'd go on set without the script and just shoot, because now we already know what we want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think you realize how insane this is. Pequeno Gang and his boys just pulled up and said, listen, we're shooting a movie. He had a concept, an idea, but it wasn't finished, and they basically put it together as they went, and that went on to become one of Namibia's most loved films, and that is beyond me. It's really brilliant what you've done with your team, and I think you should take your flowers, man.
Thank you.
So, as you said, 2 of these movies were shown at Ster-Kinekor on a big screen in the cinema.
Yeah.
What was that moment like for you? Like for you to actually see that happening and people coming through for you. The cinema was packed.
Yeah.
What did that mean for you?
So before the movies, right? When Ompata started becoming big on YouTube, we thought, hey man, let's go premiere one of the episodes there.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, the guys were saying this can't play on here. It's shot with an iPhone, so when it gets on the screen, it will be pixelated. That demotivated me, right? So then I got the chance to buy a camera from YouTube money, you know? And I told myself that, yo, guys, let's make this thing work, man, because we need to show these guys that we can put our stuff on the cinema, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that moment when the first movie played on the big screen, I cried inside. I didn't want to show people that I'm actually, you know, that emotional. So when we were told that this can't play on there, and now a year or 2 later, we are back here watching our film on the big screen.
Yeah.
That was a moment for, hey man, okay, let me not. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I'm playing.
As you should, because what a moment.
Yeah, man, I can't even explain it anymore, because like, it was a dream come true for us, you know? Yeah, and we made it work twice.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, don't go anywhere. This is Real Spill with your boy Pequeno Gang. We'll be speaking all things on Pata and all other projects that he is a part of. Stick around.
Aitsa is 'n echt Namibiese inisiatief. Ons reis op die hartklop van Afrika en vertel stories van mense en hulle dorpe op verskeie platforms insluitende televisie en sosiale media. Dit is joune, syne, julle en ook almal van hulle aan die ander kant van ons grense sinne. En dit maak Aitsa 'n lekker ding. Kyk Aitsa maande om 18:30 op NTV, oneup2.com, as ook op Netwerk Media Hub en NTV Afrikaans se YouTube kanale. Volg ons op Facebook of besoek ons webwerf by aitsafrica.com.
This is Real Spill, and we are still joined by Pequeno Gang. And right before the break, he was talking to us about a moment that brought tears to his eyes, even though he says he only cried in his heart. We all know. But yeah, for you to see, you know, a beautiful project like Ompata materialize, for you to display this work in cinema not once but twice, after people told you that this is not cinema quality, and you said, listen, hold my drink.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned that you had challenges putting together Ompata from the jump.
Yeah.
You filmed with an iPhone. We all know space issues. You know, maybe the schedules were not aligning with the team. What were some of your biggest challenges, and how did you overcome them?
I'm not sure if I had any challenges. For me, because like things, we were excited to always get on set, man. So whatever challenges came, in the next 5 minutes, we just overcome them, you know. But for me, the only thing that was really challenging for me was getting money for petrol, getting money for juice, and just getting everyone happy on set, you know. For me, that was the only thing. But luckily, I have good friends, and everyone that was a part of it always just said, bro, let's just finish, because we'd shoot on Sundays. So then they would leave their Sunday plate and then go shoot, and then when they're done, they get home and just feed themselves, you know. But when we always get like a little bit of coins from YouTube, I wouldn't tell my friends, because if I told them that, yo, there's money coming from YouTube, guys would always be like, yo, buy me what, pay me what. So I'd always just tell them, nah, it's money from my pocket and from each and every one, you know, that we put together to just buy this and that and that. For me, I didn't really have any challenges. Maybe for the others,
Yeah.
but for me, it was just coming on set, always just making sure that we are making you guys happy, you know. Yeah.
And now they just heard that there was money coming from YouTube. Are you not scared they'll come for
That
you?
was 5 years ago, man. Just leave them alone.
All right. So obviously, Ompata was trending, like you said,
Yeah.
on YouTube. Everybody loved it. They were commenting. You know, they couldn't wait for the next episode, etc. Did the reaction of your audience impact your direction in terms of where you were going with the film?
Yeah, of course, you know. 'Cause sometimes we'd also read the comments, and then a few people would say, yo, why don't you, okay, I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to say it anyway. Why don't you like kill off this character? And I was like, that's actually a nice idea, you know. But sometimes the audience don't know this, but sometimes they would help with the script. Because like we don't know everything, you know.
Yeah.
At least if we also just play around with reading the comments and listening to what our audience say, the people that support us, we'd always come up with also nice things, you know. But the problem is we just never gave them credit. I'm saying this on TV, you know.
There's always room to do better.
Yeah.
You can just quickly give them a shout out right now on
Hey man,
on
shout out
TV.
everyone
Yeah.
in the comments there by Ompata from season 1 to like the last one. You guys played a big role, you know. Thank you.
Well done.
I was into
All right, so beyond Ompata, you've also done, you know, other videography and cinematography projects. What
Yeah.
was your favorite project that you've worked on? Or one that really stood out?
Yo, there's quite a few, eh? But the recent one is when I got the chance to be in front of camera with the Roofdog. I'm not sure if you heard of that one. It's a film from like MultiChoice and stuff. I've never acted in front of camera outside of my friend group, you know. So when I got the chance to do that, for me, I just put down my feet and said, yo, man, instead of also helping the director direct, because that's what I'm good at, let me just leave it to them, you know. Because the good thing is about there is that I could work with other people outside of my friend group, you know, and that was a success for me, because like I've never been outside of this circle, and now finally I'm here meeting new people, you know. So for me that was the most nicest and coolest project ever, man, to work on.
And how are those dynamics? I mean, like you mentioned, it is very different from working with your friend group, and then now you're in a different group where everybody sort of has a different role.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a group project like how you did
Exactly,
before. You had to take instructions or
Yeah.
give instructions or whatever. Talk to us about how you worked with that team and how the dynamics were.
The good thing is, I don't know the producer and them personally, Lavinia them, but they were always supporting Ompata, you know. So then when I got on set every time, it's like we've known each other for a while now, you know. So every time I also just give like a suggestion, they listen, you know. So it was a little bit easy, but it was just like I need to also just step back and not just also just tell them, yo, do this better, you know. Because
Yeah.
like I'm sure I've seen a little bit of like mistakes and whatever, but it wasn't my place to say anything, you know. So I would also just give a little bit of suggestion and then move back. But it was easier to work with them, you know. It felt nice.
Yeah, that's brilliant because, I mean, it's an industry that you are a part of, so you do have valuable contributions to give. I love that you didn't just sit back and watch them do their thing, but if you had input, you'd state it. They either take it or they don't.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love that. I think that's how, you know, in industry we can support each other to put out a better product.
Exactly.
All right, and this brings me to my next question because, I mean, you're a man of many talents.
Thank you.
You know, you'll do all these things
Yeah.
from behind the camera, from in front of the camera,
Yeah.
the post-production work, you know. How do you, because I feel like when you're multi-talented, you sort of struggle as to where to put your energy or where
Yep.
to focus. How do you go about, what's your approach when it comes to, you know, selecting what projects to put your energy on, when to step back as a creative, and when to decide what to pursue?
There's one thing about me, I don't like writing down, man. I'm good at keeping stuff in the bag, but I only keep it if it's important, you know. If I, like, I'm recently dropping a song with Top Cherry, right?
Come on.
And and like that, just I woke up one day and just hit her up and say, yo, I have a beat for you. I sent it to her. 2-3 days later, we made a song, and then a day later again, we shot a music video. So
Oh.
as for me, I'm just going with the flow, man. You know, whatever I feel that day I wanna do, I just do that and then continuous, you know. So the song is dropping on Friday also on YouTube.
Come on. With the video,
Yeah,
right?
with the video, yeah.
Okay, what can we expect since you want to drop bombs here? What can we expect from the music video? What was the collaboration like? I mean, of course, it's probably Gqom.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but like, what can we expect in terms of the music and the video aspect?
More collaborations with Namibian artists, man, because like it's always nice to put them on stuff that they probably don't like because it's not Namibian, you know. And then when you hear the end product, it's always fire, you know. Top Cherry did a few takes and she didn't like most of them. And then I said, nah, we're gonna cook with this one, yeah. And now she loves the song, you know. So I would wanna collaborate a lot more with Namibian artists and put them on Gqom. Might as well we'll blow that side, you know. You never know.
Yeah.
Might as well when they listen to the song, like, what language is this? And then we become
Expand the
big.
horizon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So while we're on the topic, who would you say, like, you know, what local artists would you like to work with? Maybe give me two.
People would say I'm being selfish, but I want to work with Gaza. He's videographer, right? And I'm scared to hit him up and say I want to do a song with you, because like SG is a very straight guy, you know. He inspired me during the time we were doing Ompata. He was the one that really saw that this guy has talent. Let me make this guy my videographer, you know. But just to approach him and say, yo, let's work on a song together, I'm scared. I hope you see this and just call me and say, let's do something, man, you know. But I would like to work with Gaza and maybe Steaks Boy.
Okay.
I want to work with everyone, man, because like this is not my first time, but it's going to be one of that thing where I want to be tapped into Namibian culture more, man, especially in the music industry. So yeah, basically that.
Brilliant. All right, so you also have a YouTube platform where you bring on our faves and you just basically have, you know, genuine conversations about their journey. It's called PG's Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that platform. How did it come about? And like, what's the thinking behind it?
The idea came about when McG started blowing up. I was like, I also want to start a podcast, man.
Yeah, you
What
want
am I
to do
gonna
a
call
lot.
it?
Ah,
Yeah.
this guy.
So the good thing is we have equipment.
Yeah.
We know how to edit our own stuff. So why don't we do something? So then the very first interview I did was with my good friend Didi.
Yeah.
We did something and then he didn't like the way he spoke and whatever. So I was like, okay, let me put this to the side. And then I would call all my close friends and then we'd shoot like a few episodes. And I wanted to work with brands a little bit more, but then I just didn't know how to really approach them, man. So then I stopped, and then I actually had a few people lined up to interview, but then they thought I was being McG and come ask them questions that's not supposed to be asked, you know. Then a lot of people would decline, and then my interest just fell to the ground, and I never picked it up again, you know. So I just left it at that. But it would be nice to go back to PG's Clubhouse.
Yeah, it was amazing to hear these heartfelt conversations, listen to people's career journeys and stuff like that. So fortunately, just because you haven't continued doesn't mean the content is not there. So please go on to Pequeno's pages and check out those interviews if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
But lastly, what's next for you? What can we look forward to?
I got nominated for the film awards.
Come on.
Yeah. So best newcomer director, best web series, and best short film. Shout out Iman from like B2 Passage for giving me a chance to direct a story that I was a bit shaky about, but I made it happen, you know. So let's hope we win all of that and then we can shoot more movies maybe you can fund a little bit of my DJing career, guys. Please.
How can we make sure that you win? Is it like a voting thing?
Nah.
Or is it like a panel?
It's a panel.
Okay,
So
okay.
on the day we just see now who wins, you know. May the best man win.
May the best man win.
Yeah.
And I hope that best man is you.
Hey, thank you so much, man. That
So
would be
we
so
are
nice.
rooting for you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for making time to chat to us on Real Spill.
Okay.
And thank you at home for watching. We'll catch you again on the next one.
Yeah.